Hi, I'm here with Ron Cooper. We're in New Orleans. We're just finishing the end of
Tales of the Cocktail 2012.
And we are
10-year anniversary.
10-year anniversary. And we're standing in front of this funky little restaurant.
Called Bacchanal.
Called Bacchanal, man. And it's
right next to the incredible levee.
Okay, so you went to Oaxaca in the 70s?
1972.
Yep. Then you discovered Mezcal. I mean, you'd already discovered Mezcal.
Well, and that was in 62, but
you discovered
I found
Mezcal
the real ritual use of Mezcal, yes.
So then, when was it that you actually decided to try and collect some of these and make?
That was 1990.
Right.
And, you know, I was there on that trip where I made some really good cash to be able to do anything I wanted. 3 months, and I decided to go to Oaxaca. And I brought back 28 different bottles from 28 different farmers. And they were all underneath crates of pottery that I made, and weavings that I made, and tin paintings, all crated up. And it was just to protect them. And my last week was with this family that I had become friends of, and they had a wedding. Now, Zapotec wedding's 8 days, and it all starts in the morning in the altar room with toasting, with mezcal. You can't have just one, you gotta have two. And all day long, you have breakfast there, then you go home, then you come back for lunch, then you go home, you come back at night for dinner, and dancing, and there's a judge, and everyone's pouring mezcal. And they encourage you to get closer to the gods by drinking mezcal. So the father of this family, there were 4 sons, took advantage, and he said to me, okay man, you're part of the family now, I want a favor from you. And I had the only pickup truck in the village in 1990, so I was hauling, you know, from one set, the bride's family to the groom's family, and hauling mezcal back and forth, and food and cheese and tortillas and presents. I was the transporter.
Yeah.
And it was perfect because I was integrated completely. And everyone, instead of going, well, who the fuck is that? Yeah. It's like, oh, he's the wheels, man. He's a cool guy, you know. So
yeah, you've been accepted by the community.
Right, immediately. So then,
and you had a function in the community as
right
well.
The function made me acceptable. So then the father, the patriarch of the whole deal, said, I want a favor. And I went, of course, you know. He said, I want you to take my oldest son up to America for his last adventure. He's got these 2 daughters, and you know, they're okay now, but he's got to come back and be a father to these daughters, you know, a husband to his wife, but he needs to make some money up there to build his great house. So I went, oh sure. So here I was in charge of taking this guy up. Now I barely spoke Spanish, no Zapotec. And the day that we were leaving, my truck, I was living at this other friend's house, and my truck was piled 14 feet high with stuff, and no one told me, 1, you can't haul anything above the back of a pickup truck without a license.
Oh.
And 2, no one told me that Pancho was the mortal enemy of this other family that were my friends.
Oh, no.
So we're driving, we get it all packed up, and I had this big fiesta, this big party to say goodbye to friends of 3 months, you know. And the father gave me this big 5-gallon water bottle filled with this great mezcal from Chichicava, special wedding mezcal, in a bamboo basket. It's on the side of the truck. Pancho and I start heading north, and I'm going, you know, I got to take this guy illegally across the frontier. Where am I going to go? How am I going to do this? I made a promise. You know? Well, there's this little town called Ojinaga, O-J-I-N-A-G-A, in the Big Bend in Texas. in the wilds of Texas, tiny town. It's the place where when Sam Peckinpah made the movie Getaway.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right, it's the place where Slim Pickens drops Steve McQueen and Ally McGraw off, and they take off into Mexico. And I'm going, I've been there. In '96, I was there, staying with an art student friend in Valentine, Texas.
Yeah.
And we went down there looking for peyote and stuff. We never found it, but
Yeah.
I knew Ojinaga, so I think, oh, well, Pancho and I went across the desert. We had this 5-day adventure getting out of Mexico.
Man.
And the cops kept stopping us because we had this
I think
huge load, you know. And we had to keep paying them fines, right?
Oh, Jesus.
And he was panicked because
And that's classic, because not stop you, you're not allowed to go on. You can pay a fine,
you
can keep going.
Oh God, I had 2 guys in Querétaro driving in a Volkswagen and pull one of those, what's his name? That badass filmmaker.
Oh, Tarantino.
No, the guy from Monterey, California.
Oh, Clint Eastwood.
Dirty hair, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Pulls one of those Colt Magnums
Oh my God.
right out the window at me.
Yeah.
He goes, pull over.
Jeez.
Well, finally, we had been fucked with so much, I went, hey man, take us to jail. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck your country. You know, I have nothing. He went, no. He says, follow me. And they take us to this hotel with a big chain link fence and compound. And they said, park in here. They took us into the hotel. They said, take care of these guys. The exact opposite of everything. Now Pancho is terrified. I'm giving him a map, and I'm driving, and I'm going, where's the turn? Where's the turn? And I'm punching at the map, and he has never seen a map in his life.
Yeah.
And he's like, total, you know, he's like having heart attacks because the cops are. He's never dealt with cops before, you know.
I mean, down there, man, you don't see anything.
The wild fucking bandits.
Those fellas. There's nothing.
Anyway, we made it across.
Yeah.
There's more to the story. We made it across. He came up and worked in my studio helping me for about 3 months. He went up to Denver and he worked at the Denver Broncos bar. You know, he was a busboy with ice, and he was so proud.
Yeah.
For 2 years, his father then calls me and goes, you're responsible. Get that son of a bitch back here, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I got to get him back to Mexico. Anyway, it's just been an incredible journey
Yeah.
with these traditional people that are honorable, completely honorable, very smart, very tricky. They know how to, you know, make life.
Very smart, very savvy.
Oh yeah, they're real savvy. And when I got to the border with Pancho, I dropped him off. Well, we pull into Ojinaga, and there's this huge fucking dust storm. And it's like late in the afternoon, and we're really hot because we have crossed this bad desert.
You like the Badlands, yeah.
And we pull into downtown Ojinaga on the top of a hill in the Zocalo, and there's a billiard parlor. And we get out of the truck, close the doors, clank, lock it up, and we walk into, you know, through those, those
swing doors.
swinging billiard
Swing
parlor
doors,
doors. We go in and order 2 cold beers. Oh man! And I go, there's guys that are like shooting pool.
Yeah.
I go, is there a coyote around here? Coyote means, you know, like a guy that takes people across the border. You know?
Yeah.
So this cab driver says, I got one. I go, okay. We'll finish our beer. We follow this guy out into the country. We meet this kid. He says, I'll take him across. I take a $100 bill and I rip it in half and give the kid 50. It's like worthless, right?
Yeah, sure.
But it's 50, right?
Yeah.
Deposit.
He gets the other half when he...
On the other side of the border, right? All right. So, Pancho's very nervous. He's got a little tiny flight bag, maybe with a pair of jockey shorts, a toothbrush, and an undershirt, and that's it, you know. And I leave him at a hotel, a motel. But there's this like
dust storm.
the most horrendous dust storm. And everybody in town has Uzis.
Oh, Jesus.
The good guys and the bad guys.
Yeah, yeah.
It turns out that little Ojinaga became the biggest drug crossing in the world.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, so I set him up, and it's like, goodbye, amigo. You know, it's been 4 days.
Sure.
We're now friends, right?
Man.
And I drive my truck through the border.
Yep.
I got that done. We're gonna meet at this X motel, right? Midnight.
Yeah.
Okay. I drive across the border. The U.S. government goes, "Hey, man, what's that shit in there?" This 5-gallon bottle of wedding mezcal. I go,
yeah.
"Oh man, I'll pay you any duty. It is the best mezcal in the world. I found these farmers.
Yeah.
They're the heritage. We don't give a shit about that. You're only allowed to bring 1 liter.
1 liter. That's right.
No, come on.
No.
Help me out, guys. Go back to Mexico and drink that shit or pour it right here. And there's actually a drain for illegal alcohol.
Yeah, yeah. I believe it.
And I take it out.
Yeah.
5 gallons. Bloop, 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 bloop. They get bored and they walk away. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And I kind of pull it up. And then all of a sudden the hair on my back, the back of my neck stands up, you know. My ears just perk up like, you know, your primitive reptile brain. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going, shit, I can't pour all this out. And I put it back in the basket and I slowly put it up into the back of the truck. But I don't want to look around and look suspicious.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
So
you
I walk.
just want to look like you're doing all the stuff that's finished and you're going to do your job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I walk to the door of the truck, push the button, the door goes, makes this fucking door. No, shut up, you know. And then I kind of like get into the truck a little, kind of not really get in, but like kind of
sit in the edge, like
exactly.
And get back out.
And I'm looking in the mirror, you know, like anybody back there, you know. And I start the truck and like right across the border. All right, so now, free at last, you know. But now I got to pick up Pancho, right? And I get into this town called Presidio, Texas. And it's across the border from Ojinaga, and I'm starving. I'm tired,
and starving.
Sweaty, and starving. And there's the motel. I pull in, I pay the money, I go to the room. I kind of pull like saddlebags out of the back, like a cowboy, you know. I throw them on the bed. The room's air conditioned. I'm going, take a shower or eat. No, fuck taking a shower. I'll eat.
Yep.
All right, so I leave everything, I close the door, and I walk around to the restaurant, and I push open the big doors, and my jaw drops to my feet. There's 50 Border Patrol agents eating dinner there.
Jesus Christ. And you're going to make a pickup.
And I kind of back out the door.
Yeah.
Turn around, and as I turn around, there is the Border Patrol camp with like 50 trailer prison cells, right? And I immediately, oh God, and then I look up at the name of the motel, and it was the wrong place.
Oh shit.
I walk back to my room. I've spent my last money on this room just about, you know. I get my little saddlebag, still sweaty, still hungry, you know, and I get in my pickup and leave the keys to the room on the bed and take off. And I say, oh, that's the place. And I drive into this other place that's like low, you know, ranch style, gravel. I drive in, driving across gravel.
You can't sneak in and out.
No, you can't get in and out.
You can't even walk in and out.
No, you can't. You walk, it's like, the whole family are these big, fat Mexican family.
Yeah.
They're all in the swimming pool cooling off because it's really hot. Now it's like 9 o'clock at night. And they send a daughter out and I get registered and she takes me to my room, and it's like a really old style place with a wooden boardwalk, you know, up above the ground level in front of the room. So it's like, and I open the screen door and I go in the room. Big fan. I'm very sensitive, right? I lay down in bed. It's an old spring bed. I turn on the TV. It's like black and white with ghost shit, like you can't believe.
Yeah,
exactly. You know? Yeah, it's like who was it? Johnny Carson or David, whoever, you know.
Yeah.
And every hour on the hour, I wake up, and there are these badass dogs out back barking. And I go, and I open the screen door, and I close it. Well, finally, 5 o'clock in the morning, I finally fall asleep completely. And all of a sudden I hear, bam, 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 ba, bam, 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 ba. And this hydraulic lowrider Chevy comes up with 6 guys in it, Hispanic guys, and they throw Pancho out, and he's shivering, and he's covered with mud, you know, and he's nervous. And these guys, hey man, how you doing, man? Where's my other 50? Man, I go, oh thanks, you know? And they just take, and it's like I'm looking around like Jesus, you know.
Like nothing like doing it discreetly.
Right, exactly. You know? Anyway, I haul them up. But what did happen was that sacrifice of that 5 gallons, you know. I saved a couple gallons, you know, but that sacrifice, I went, you know, they didn't then get interested and dig into find the other 28 samples. And I went, nobody's ever going to tell me I can't bring Mezcal into the United States of America. You know?
And you've done it now, brother.
And that's how Del Maguey was formed. That's how it happened.
That's fantastic.
Man.